sponsored by Lymow. Most robot mowers are essentially high-tech toys. Thin razor blades that struggle with thick grass, wheels that lose traction on a slight incline, and the moment the lawn is slightly damp, they're heading back to the dock. But the Lymow One Plus takes a completely different approach. It's 76 pounds of reinforced aluminum alloy sitting on industrial tank treads with dual SK5 steel blades spinning at 6,000 RPM right up front. It doesn't look like a gadget. It looks like a piece of heavy-duty equipment. So the question isn't whether it looks impressive, it's whether it actually delivers on a real lawn. Let's find out, and if you want to check it out for yourself, I will have a link down in the description below. What separates the One Plus from most robot mowers starts with the cutting system. Lymow calls it LyCut 2.0, and the core of it is two SK5 tool steel rotary blades, not the small razor discs that you find on most robot mowers. SK5 is a high carbon steel, the kind used for repeated heavy work. These blades spin at 6,000 RPM and the system peaks at 1,785 watts. That's a significant jump from what the previous generation put out, and it's closer in spirit to a traditional riding mower than anything else in the robot mower category. Now, the blade shape does something interesting. The tips are bent slightly upward, so when they spin, they generate a cyclone-style airflow. That airflow physically lifts flattened or matted grass before the blades make contact with it. So instead of running over bent grass and just leaving it, the system stands it up first, then cuts it. That's what gives you a cleaner, more consistent result across different grass types. Warm season, cool season, thick, thin. It handles all of it. The cutting deck itself floats. It's not rigidly attached to the chassis. Omni wheels at the front let it move independently, so as the mower rolls over dips and bumps, the deck follows the ground contour instead of the chassis position. That means no scalping on high spots, no missed patches on low spots. And the track system is the other big hardware story here. Tank treads instead of wheels gives you 45-degree slope handling and the ability to climb over obstacles up to 2.8 inches. So roots, rocks, uneven curbs, you name it. Inside the fender, self-cleaning nylon brushes continuously clear debris from the tracks while it's mowing. Pop the fender off and they're right there. It's a small detail that pays off over a full season of use. Now, one upgrade that doesn't get enough attention. The charging contacts moved from the bottom of the deck on the original Lymow One to the top on the One Plus. So on the previous model, again, those contacts sat underneath, which meant mud, wet grass, and debris could all interfere with the connection. Now they're on the top flaps of the dock, so the mower slides in and charges reliably regardless of what it picked up out in the yard. Navigation runs on RTK plus VSLAM, satellite positioning layered with visual mapping. So you're getting centimeter level accuracy, no boundary wires to bury, and the app supports up to 80 zones across 15 acres of map storage. The docking base has a low profile footprint, comes with a 10-meter extension cable, so you've got flexibility with placement, and the LCD dashboard now has a protective cover that keeps it readable in direct sunlight while shielding it from the rain and dust. Now, let's talk mowing performance. In actual use, the LyCut 2.0 system handles conditions that would give other robot mowers trouble. Tall grass, dense patches, fall leaves mixed in, it cuts through all of it without bogging down. It is genuinely a sight to see. That's a direct result of the blade power and the airflow system working together. The clipping discharge goes out through a single side port in a controlled pattern. That's different from most robots that just scatter clippings randomly. With a directed discharge, you can point that side toward the lawn so clippings go back into the grass and feed it rather than blowing onto the driveway or patio. Cutting height adjusts from 1.2 to 4 inches, and you can set it per zone through the app. If you want a tighter cut on the front lawn and a taller, healthier length on the backyard, you can do that. And blade maintenance on the One Plus is now simpler than the previous generation. They switched to a universal fit, so there's no left blade and right blade confusion. You just grab a blade, put it on, and move on. The 16-inch cutting width means fewer passes to cover the same area, which translates directly to better efficiency per charge. And the blade positioning is worth calling out specifically. The blades are out front of the chassis, ahead of the tracks. That matters because the tracks never compress the grass before the blades hit it. Other designs with center or rear decks have this problem where the machine's weight pushes the grass down first, and then the blades pass over flattened turf and miss sections, leaving those uncut strips down the middle. You won't see that here. 5 ultrasonic sensors cover the perimeter of the body, and 2 Hall sensors add collision detection on top of that. The camera lens is heated to prevent morning condensation from fogging the vision system, and an anti-glare coating handles the opposite problem, direct sunlight hitting the lens head on. Off-ground detection cuts blade rotation in under a second if the deck gets lifted, and app-based no-go zones let you block out garden beds, play structures, or any section you just wanted to skip entirely. Now, let's talk battery life. The battery running all of this is a 15,000 milliamp hour LiFePO4 pack. That's lithium iron phosphate, which is a more stable chemistry than standard lithium ion and rated for over 2,000 charge cycles. That's years of regular use before you'd even start to think about a replacement. On a single charge, you get about 3 hours of runtime, which covers just over half an acre per session. With the 10 amp fast charger, you're back to 90% in 90 minutes, so the downtime between sessions is short enough that the mower can run multiple cycles in a single day. The 10 amp version covers up to 1.73 acres per day total, while the 5 amp version lands around 1.1 acres. The difference between the two isn't the mower itself, it's the charger that's included with the dock. So if you've got a larger yard, the 10 amp model is definitely the one to get. Of course, when the battery drops low, it returns to the dock automatically, charges up, and picks back up right where it left off. No gaps, no missed zones, no manual reset required. You know, the whole point of a robot mower is to get your Saturday back without your lawn paying the price for it. With 1.73 acres of daily coverage, a 15,000 milliamp hour battery that recharges in 90 minutes, and a cutting system that doesn't need you standing over it to babysit, the One Plus is one of the few robots that can genuinely handle a large property on its own schedule. You set it up once, you dial in your zones, and it just runs. No wires, no weekend chores, no compromise on cut quality. If that's what you've been waiting for, the link to this one is down in the description below. I give this one a wholehearted recommendation. Thanks for watching as always, guys. I appreciate your support. I'm Andrew Edwards, and I will catch you in the next video.